Alright. Return to the Kreuzbasar. Team makes its way back to the nearest U-Bahn station. 20 minutes later, you're on a return tip to the Kreuzbasar, leaving the filth of Drogenkip far behind. The image of Green Winter's twisted corpse continues to linger in your mind. You lift... Oh, shit. I think I read that at the end of last video anyway. Oh, yeah, you know, hey, win-win. Alright. We are back in the Kreuzbasar. Before we head to the safe house, let me check, see if people have anything different to say. Does not look it. Yo. The old troll putters about, his artificial joints complaining loudly. He seems heavier today than when you first met, and he takes your approach as reason to seat himself and rest. I understand they put you in charge of Monica's outfit. Well, this guy's street. Looks like we're both carrying heavy burdens. Heh, I suppose so. We'll see what gives out first, your will or my plastic knees. You need something from me? How are people handling the loss of Monica? I think most are still in shock, but just you wait. That'll pass. And then the panic sets in. Few folks have any real discipline around here. Monica kept them calm by keeping them safe. Now that she's gone, they're gonna start realizing what a heap of misery this blasted city can be. You don't seem too worried, though. Already died once. Every day since is just a bonus. Tired, painful bonus. Really doesn't matter that much to me. But to the rest, it's gonna be a different story. Monica kept this place in one piece. She read the flux like a bird reads the wind or a fish reads the current. Without her, there's no telling what's gonna happen. Anything else you want to jaw about? Have you seen Detroit? I'd like to hear a little more about you. Let me guess. You want to know how I lost the legs? If you're offering. Might as well hear it from me than one of the addle-brained kids running about. Lost the legs during the first Euro War, if you must know, in a bombing. Now, you need something else from me? Nope, didn't mean to bother you. Alright. So it looks like some of the people might have something different to say. Is it worth my time? Am I that interested? The answer to that is yes, and probably. Not necessarily in that order. No, I don't need your weapons. Okay, I think that's what he said last time. We didn't buy anything from him. I could be wrong, though. This, I think, is the drug dealer. Welcome back, mein Freund. What can old Zach get you? I could have him make that jazz that I found the formula for. Am I really going to use it, though? No. But can I sell it? Maybe. Unless he's going to charge me for it. Nah. Changed my mind. It's not worth it. There's... Oh, yeah, there's... Sammy? Simmy. That was close. The girl with the chip in her head stands with her eyes closed, rocking back and forth. She looks so frail that a light breeze might knock her over, but she somehow stays on her feet. Whether by coincidence or some kind of preternatural junkie awareness, she opens her eyes when you come near. I know you. Maybe by face, if not by name. I'm Victos. By face, by name, by cry, or by song. Simmy Kim is what most people call me. They think I don't know why, but I do. Monica explained. How do you feel about Monica's death? Kim hugs her arms close to her body. Sad. She never got to have a family. She'll never get married, never be a mother. She was a runner. No time for such things. But she wanted those things. We talked about it. Well. Monica said a mother is always a mother. Always. Hugs herself tighter and stares blankly at the ground. So what have you been up to? Absently fingers the chipjack in her temple. I wanted to escape with the children and the captain. We had to get away from the soldiers out of Austria. Yeah, okay. But it was wrong, all wrong. I was taking them over the mountains, but it was the wrong way. I know it was. It would have taken us straight into Germany, not Switzerland. We should have taken a train, gone to Italy. There we would have been safe. I didn't want it to end badly, so I turned it off. Zach sold me something new. In it, I feel strong. I have a son, and he's destined to save the world. I have to protect him because the machines have come back to kill him before he can become a man. Nice. Nice Terminator nod there. I won't let that happen because in there I'm strong. Though Kim's words are bold, her trembling voice and body betray someone aching for a fix. I'll catch up with you another time. Okay. Oh, wait. Der Weinkeller? I don't think this was open last time, was it? This is new. Lucky Strike. A young woman stands at the bar, smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before. Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-gray smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey. The distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. You need something? Maybe this is somebody I can hire? I don't believe that we've met. I'm Victos. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on her cigarette. How you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. It happens. Running the shadows is a dangerous line of work. She smirks, then lets the smoke escape the corner of her mouth. Don't I know it. So you need something? Or you're just gonna stand there staring? Why'd you bring up Monica? Did you know her? I met her a couple of times. Seemed nice enough. She takes another drag. But I mostly knew her by her reputation. You can't live in this Keys without hearing about the Queen of the Kreuzbasar. She pauses and slowly lets the smoke escape through her nostrils. Can't say that I was a fan. You really need to brush up on your social skills. She takes another drag, the light dancing in her eyes. Oh, was that insensitive of me? Sorry. Guess I thought you'd have thicker skin. Something tells me that Monica didn't like you either. She didn't. I'm guessing it was jealousy. See, some posers don't like to spend a lot of time around the real deal. Makes them feel a little insecure. You know what? No, fuck that. Who the hell are you calling a poser? Who do you think? The late ruler of this little Keys of ours. The illustrious Monica Schaefer, Queen of the Kreuzbasar. She raises a hand in mock salute. Here's to your old boss, the least anarchistic anarchist I've ever met. You obviously didn't know her. Monica lived and died for the F state. She didn't rule anything. Oh? She locks eyes with you. Then why did this entire key start falling apart the second that she got geeked? She takes another drag. Either Monica controlled the Kreuzbasar, or she had her fingers in so many pies that she might as well have. Comes out to the same thing either way. You and your friends, you followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders without question, right? Not without question. There were debates. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down and you'd wind up doing whatever she said, right? Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. For such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? Well, as outside out of character, I really don't know anything about her, so whatever. Neutrality here. Fair point, but you aren't going to change my opinion of Monica. I wasn't trying to. Remarkable thing about living in a free society, we're all allowed to have different opinions. Don't take it personally. I'm sure you wouldn't like my friends either. One last thing, Victos. I can't stop you from stepping into Phil Schaefer's shoes. You're already doing it, making all the same moves that she did. A word of advice, though. Don't take too much on yourself. Spread the responsibility around. Good of you to care. I don't. But in a place like this, stacking too much power over on any one person is dangerous. Not just for that person, but for anybody. For everybody. The last thing that we need is for you to eat a bullet and for this whole place to fall apart again. Interesting. It doesn't look like there's anything useful back here. So we learned that, obviously, I mean, not everybody would like her from the get-go, so. Nothing at the phone booth. Wasn't sure if they'd call back on the same one or not. Figured probably not, but might as well check. I should probably check in on that sad kid down here that had the thing for Monica. Not tipping the dancer again. Think this was him? No. Oh, Cammy's outside. She tips an invisible hat. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Kami. Are you looking for something? Depends. Is there anything I should be looking for? She titters. Volunteering information? That's bad for business. Unless Altug wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I'm just his eyes and ears outside of the cafe. He's got enough of a voice all by himself. I see. Well, you'll most likely hear instead of see if you haven't already. Or I guess you'll see if you're tripping on something wiggly. Huh. Listen, since you've just moved here, I have some advice. If you haven't guessed already, he's got fingers in a lot of pies. What's that again? I've seen what happens when he doesn't approve of someone or something. Pissing him off can't be worth it. At the very least, you won't be able to get good coffee in this town again. She grins cheekily. In any case, I've got some errands to run. Come over sometime and we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before turning her focus to a comb at her wrist. So it sounds like Altug might not be happy with us. I'm trying to left click and move the screen. At least that's what I'm gathering from it. Oh, broken drone. But that doesn't really matter because I'm not a rigger, so fuck it. Let's head to the safe house. There's Blitz. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts, and a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey, Chief, you need something? Just checking in. You doing alright? His smile widens. Great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about this gang or that gang or sneaking behind me and slipping a knife between my ribs. He slaps the table with a grin. It's a good change, Chief. Gotta say. Glad to hear it. We're happy to have you on the team. Of course you are. He gestures at himself with a flourish. What's not to be happy about? Any thoughts on that last run you'd like to share? Well, Chief, I wasn't around for most of it. But you got me out of that hotel, and for that you've got my eternal thanks. Now that you're settled in, I've got some questions for you. Blitz glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table and turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try to keep it short, okay, Chief? I got things to do. How long were you in Dragonfall? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of 39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was, how much money I could have made working in the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. You were a member of a drug gang. Why should I trust you? Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. I'm a trustworthy guy. Prove it. Tell me about the gang that you ran with. Well, I don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of gang leadership or anything. Not really sure why you care either. It doesn't matter why I care. Just tell me. Oh. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Well, where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragonfall, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarze Herzen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. I did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarze Herzen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then Dieter was killed in a firefight, and our happy little team fell apart. Was that when the hotel got attacked? Not exactly. The Schwarze Herzen maintained their hold on Dragonfall, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dieter kicked the bucket, his second in command took over. She was a real purse of work, calling herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. I can't imagine why not. I know. What's not to like? Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter, back before he ate that bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? Point is, she went after me, vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head, and then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about the Schwarze Herzen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. Then they had a management turnover, and everything went to hell. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Wait a second. You know what? No. That isn't it. There's some pretty big holes in that story. Come on, Chief. This is all ancient history. Wouldn't you rather talk about the future? The runs we're going to go on, all the money we're going to make? Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting the price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. Alright, Chief. Fine. If that's what it'll take to make you happy. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarze Herzen, who were loyal to Luster were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a ganger is protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. Alright, so what did you do? What I had to. Luster declared war on me, so I retaliated, and I won. All without ever firing a shot. That's not an answer. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out, will you? Okay, fine. I hacked into Luster's computer and sent all of our information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. They hit the Schweizerherzen, and they hit him hard. Then they took the hotel. And, then they took me. I'll admit that the plan backfired a little. Well... looking at it from one side, he did rat out his gang to the competitor. But when you look at it, they had already completely betrayed him. I mean, if they had a price on his head, there's pretty much... You're not fixing that. And survival is what matters. If somebody put a price on my head, yeah, okay. You know what? You did what you had to do. In your place, I'd probably have done the same. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. It gives you a lazy salute. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team. You know, I can respect an option like that. That's a place you don't want to be in. That's, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm off base. A lot of people probably will think that I am, but if they've already turned their backs on you that hard, fuck them. They already burnt that bridge. Okay. And that's where I'm going to leave the first video of this session.